All right, we're back after our NFL update, college update segment, talking NFL Week 7, these HSC podcast picks. So we'll give you our game picks here. Oh man, I wanted to get the overall. Last couple weeks been up and down. Wes had a good week 5. Derek and I had a good week 6. We're still all in that 65% win percentage. So we need a few better weeks coming up here. They keep dropping down. You have a good week and a bad week and a good week and a bad week. You're always going to finish in that just above 50% or 60%. We need to get up into that 70. So this week's important.
I've had like at least 10 games in the last few weeks that was winning and then at the very end lost.
Well, there's been some close ones for sure. Or there's also been for me some teams who are just like, I can't believe that team didn't win.
Yeah.
So let's start it off. Thursday night football, Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. Pittsburgh's a favorite on the road, 4.5. Um, Joe Flacco back in Cincinnati. Not back in Cincinnati, but in Cincinnati. I guess he's played for every team. But if you watched him last week, I don't know if you counting the Green Bay game at all, but he looks a lot better than Browning, and he looks like he's going to put the ball up a lot. And I'm not saying Cincinnati can win this game because I'm going to take Pittsburgh, but Cincinnati looks a little more dangerous with Flacco over Browning. And so, but I'm still staying with Pittsburgh here. I think Pittsburgh, 4-1. It's a big win for them because they got Colts, Chargers, Bengals next. So, or Packers, Colts, Chargers. Sorry. So they need to beat the Bengals here. So I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Well, need to be warned, I have not gotten one single Thursday night game correct this year.
Uh-oh. So pick the Bengals.
The Bengals will probably win because I'm taking the Steelers here.
Wes.
I the Bengals. I know Flacco's, just got, is just getting acclimated to. It sounds ridiculous to like Jamar Chase and just throw the ball deep, and he's good at that. So it's kind of a tricky game here because I think you take Cincinnati a little lightly here, and I think they can move. The Bengals are going to move the ball on the Steelers. I just can't bet on the Bengals just because they don't have Joe Burrow, and I think Pittsburgh. It's going to be a close game, but I think Pittsburgh pulls it out.
Yeah, you're right, though. It gets more dangerous when Flacco gets a little more time with the team, right? The first game, you're learning. He looked better in the second half against Green Bay. They started to move the ball. He targeted Jamar Chase, I think 12 times that game. So Flacco knows where to throw the ball, even if Jake Browning doesn't.
Yeah.
So it makes them a little more dangerous because they have weapons, right? What they're missing and what's killed them this season is no Joe Burrow. Well, I'm not saying Joe Flacco's Joe Burrow, but he's a veteran. He knows what to do. So
And I don't know, is Trey Hendrickson playing?
yeah,
Well,
I mean that probably matters for them. He's questionable, but I think it really comes down to Flacco, right? But Stephen A's got Pittsburgh on upset alert, so
well,
And that's his favorite team too.
but we're all going Pittsburgh, so that's tough, especially since Derek hasn't won a Thursday night game. All right, well, another London game. So no real home team here. So you got the Rams at Jacksonville. I think after seeing Denver and the Jets, this should be a much better game for them to watch in London because That was just horrible. What do you got here, Derek?
Well, the Jags are at home because they're a London team.
Yeah, moving
They play
soon.
in London every year, right?
Yeah.
So I I don't think Puka's playing.
No,
So
he might. He's probably not.
I'm going to take the Jags here.
Yeah, they're actually the underdog.
Yeah.
What do you think about that game, Wes?
Yeah, no Puka. I'm gonna go with the Jags too. I guess they're gonna try. They're gonna start trying to get Hunter ball a little bit more here, open up the offense, get him in space. I think he has some big plays. I think it's gonna be close, but I'll take Jaguars.
I think we're all in agreement here. I like the idea of Jacksonville in a long, long travel here, but they will run the ball better, I think, than the Rams. And the Rams without Puka, that's going to be tough. So we all got Jacksonville here, so we haven't had a swing game yet. Could all be 2-0 here. Here's a good one for you, Wes. New Orleans at Chicago. Chicago at home, 4.5 favorite.
Oh, I mean, no, I did my annual Saints pick last week, and actually, that they didn't play terrible, but the Bears should win this game and win it fairly easily because the Saints are just inept in too many different areas you know of their team. So yeah, I'm taking the Bears.
Well, I know. I mean, I got the jersey on for the win streak, so obviously I'm taking the Bears. But this is the kind of game the Bears lose. Being a Bears fan as long as I have been, if they lose this game, I won't be surprised, and I won't be even mad about it because it's just like, yeah, that's what the Bears do. I'm hoping for a win at home. They should be able to win this game. So if I'm putting down money, I'm taking the Bears.
Dennis Allen revenge game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to take the Bears here. I still don't trust the Saints.
But they don't even, I don't think the Saints want to win. They've just not looked good. 1-5. I think they beat the Giants, right? Was
Well,
that
yeah, they got to win one game to know how bad they have to tank. You're going to win one or two games. It's like, okay, that's where we stop playing that well.
right?
It shouldn't be too hard because they're just not very good.
Although, Olave looks healthy again and he's been playing better. I think you really need something out of Kamara as a receiving back, and then if they kind of go more to what's his name, Kendre Miller on the running the ball, I think they're a lot better off. So it might be a little coaching here for New Orleans to get back on the right track. But like you're saying with the Raiders, like, do you want to, right? You're already 1-5. You definitely have some rebuilding to do. So we're all three still in a row here. Let's see. Game of the week. No, this is not the game of the week. There's a couple bad games here, but I mean, Miami at Cleveland. Cleveland, 2.5 point favorite. I'm not gonna lie, I took Cleveland here. Uh, because Miami doesn't look good, Cleveland doesn't look good. I think Cleveland's defense is better. Miami's only win is against the Jets, and it wasn't even that impressive. So yeah, Cleveland wins with defense here.
Yeah, I got Cleveland too. I think the Dolphins are just complete dumpster fire. This is probably Mike McDaniel's last game. So yeah, I got the Browns.
You lose to the Browns and you're 1-6, you might have to fire him, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
did you see there was a thing about because Aaron Glenn and Mike McDaniel, did you see that?
Yeah, when they're wearing the
Capris are
capri
like
pants.
1 in 13 or something like that.
Oh, what do you got, Wes?
um, I'm going with Miami just because
Okay.
the Browns. I mean, they're averaging 13 points a game. They're not. I think Gabriel is. I think we'll find out Gabriel's not the answer, and they're gonna have to make some decisions. I think this is the game where it kind of shifts a little. I think it's going to be an ugly game, and the Dolphins somehow win the game, but lose the war. I think McDaniel's days are numbered, and it's coming very quickly.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like their schedule gets easy. I
Unless
mean,
there's some sort of mutiny and they just don't play for him, and the Browns beat him like 20-0, then it's over. He's done.
yeah. No, I think if Miami loses this game, I think you gotta let
Yeah.
McDaniel go. It's not that I don't think Miami can win because you look at these two teams are both awful. They're neither of them are great. It's can Miami run the ball on Cleveland? That's what it's going to come down to. Because Cleveland will be able to run the ball in Miami. Neither of them look great throwing the ball right now. So Miami has to run the ball well. So we'll see how that happens for them. New England at Tennessee. New England on the road, 6.5 favorite. What do you got, Derek?
First place Patriots.
Oh gosh,
It's a Vrabel
unbelievable.
revenge game, and Vrabel takes this with a lot of pettiness, so you got to take the Patriots here. Titans are a dumpster fire. They're fired their coach already.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Cam Ward's QBR is 25. Is worst in the league. He no help whatsoever. He's losing confidence by almost every play. Yeah, I'm taking the Patriots with that defense. I think they continue to frustrate him and probably set him back a year or two.
Yeah, it's unfortunate as Cam Ward doesn't look bad, doesn't look great. He just looks like a guy that just got put in a tough situation. The thing with the Patriots, though, is they're spreading the ball around. They've got a lot of guys running the ball. Drake May's running the ball well, scrambling. Diggs, he's not coming back to life, but he's having a decent year. He's got to get in the end zone for sure. But even Hunter Henry, Kashawn Butte, whatever his name is having, he had a great last game. And so it's looking like if they have these weapons come around, New England doesn't look like an easy game for some of the top teams anymore. I mean, obviously Buffalo found that out the hard way.
Yeah, yeah. And I've never, I've seen a lot of rookie quarterback dysfunction, but he looks like that he's on like a 4-lane freeway and the cars are coming towards him and he doesn't know which lane to pick or what to do. He's running around. He throws it in random spots. It just looks it just I can understand why they fired their coach because he just looks they have no plan. So let's just throw him out there and throw him out to the wolves. you know.
It's tough for him, and even at home here, and I think Derek makes a good point there. You have Vrabel come back. He's probably going to want to just really win this game.
I mean, the Raiders abused him. I mean, he was. Did you see the play where he's like in the end zone? He caught the ball and they blitzed, and hit him. He didn't have a chance to even move his arm.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I mean, he's been running for his life all year though. And not running forward, like just scrambling
Yeah,
around,
he's every every angle that you can think a quarterback to escape a rush, he's figured it out.
Yeah, he's running for his life. So I mean, I'm taking New England here as well. They just keep looking better and better each week, which bodes well for them to finish out the season. Not saying that they'll make a lot of noise late in the season, but I think they're on their way to a pretty good season from what we expected. All right, here you go. Las Vegas at Kansas City. The Raiders 12 and a half underdog. Kansas City going with 12 and a half at home over the Raiders.
That's two Geno pick sixes. That's calculating that.
Yeah, you got to add that into the point spread.
Uh,
Oh, what do you think, Wes? You think the Raiders are gonna surprise everybody?
no, I don't. I again for that very fact that the Chiefs are playing better. They're scoring. They're averaging. They're actually starting to look like a good offense. They got. Um, it seems like they have a better plan. Kelsey looks like he still has a pulse. Um, it I and the Raiders, I think they're going to key on Genty. Um, I don't think it's going to be 12 points, but 11.
He's like 12.4, not 12.5.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, but I am taking the Chiefs, but I don't think they'll cover. The Raiders sometimes play the Chiefs tough more often than not. It's a rivalry, right? They don't like each other at all, and the Raiders get up for Chiefs games no matter how bad their season they're having. They take it personal when they're playing Kansas City, and Kansas City wins the game. It's an ugly game, but it's closer than 12 and a half. So
Right, and then they, have a mysterious field goal rule that makes it so they're. But yeah, you got to take the Chiefs here. The Raiders they're a dumpster fire, I think, and yeah, Geno's. I mean, even against the Titans, he threw an interception. It's like, dude, stop throwing picks.
Has he thrown a touchdown pass at home? I forgot. I saw some. Who knows? I don't care anymore. I want him gone as soon as possible.
it's unfortunate because it looked like Gino was a good Band-Aid quarterback, right? Somebody that could come in and suffice for a couple years for them. But now it just looks like you want to get rid of him as fast as you can.
Well, Wes, didn't he have a two to Genty against the Bears?
Throwing the
Yeah.
ball.
Yes. It just all merges together now. I
Well, I
know.
mean,
Genty
Trey
is not.
Tucker's leading.
Yeah, Genty is not disappointing, and that Genty is playing good, and you could see a lot of promise. But Crosby's an animal, but Gino just kind of is the dark cloud over everything, and so I forget some things because I just want to forget it.
But you're right. You get rid of Jacoby, you get rid of Gino, you got Tucker and Bowers and Mayer and Thornton and Genty, and that's a pretty good young nucleus on offense at least.
Well, don't forget Betch, who was their second round pick, who Harley plays.
Yeah. Well, you might as well get rid of Myers and give him some time. But yeah, tough game for the Raiders here. But I believe they're going to come out and play strong. We'll see. They may disappoint and lose by 40, but I would venture to say it's a good game. Let's see. Philadelphia at Minnesota. This is interesting, more interesting than I thought this game would be a couple weeks ago. I would have just said, Philly, but now Minnesota at home. Philly's only a 1.5 favorite. And so on the road, man, I went back and forth. This might be a coin flip, to be honest. But Philly has to bounce back. Like if they don't bounce back this game, you lose three in a row. No, I'm staying with
I,
Philly. Yeah.
it doesn't take much for knives to come out with these fan base, and there's blood in the water. But I I I think they pull it out this week. I don't think it's going to be easy, and I think they'll continue their ugly play. But maybe Saquon gets open and gets some chunk plays, and I think they pull it out.
Yeah. I'm taking the Eagles too. It's like what you said. It's like they have to get back on the winning streak here.
Yeah. Well, the you got to get out of the loss streak more than anything.
Yes.
Like I said, it never feels good to drop three in a row. Um, with the start they had specifically, but at some point you lose three in a row, you start questioning what you're doing. So we're all on path here. No swing games yet. Carolina at the Jets. This game. I mean, at this point, I mean, what do you got here, Derek?
Is it time to now say that Fields isn't a quarterback?
Oh, he's got to be done at some point soon, right?
Well, someone was saying maybe they need to Terrell Pryor him, make him into
Yeah,
a receiver.
right. Or just find a different way to use him. I'm not saying he's going to be Cordell Stewart or anything, but he may just become a gadget guy.
Yeah, I'm taking the Panthers here. They look like they're on the upswing, right? And the Jets look on a downswing. So I got to take the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, Ricky Dowdle is just came out of nowhere. I mean, he was always decent, but man, he's running with fire.
Yeah, I mean, what did I say? I mean, I'm taking the Panthers. Jets should just stay in London. It's a four alarm fire. Like they're just completely toast. So yeah,
Oh, they
Panthers.
just look so bad. It's hard to pick them at all. And that's what I said. Carolina at this point. At first you say, "Oh, the Jets could win this game," but the way Carolina's playing, I don't think the Jets can win this game. I mean, I don't. What's the? I don't think the point spread. This might be the lock of the week. I mean, I know Wes has the lock on the college, but this is only 1.5 for Carolina. I think they easily win by 1.5. So we're all in favor of Carolina here. So still on the streak here. This is next game's pretty interesting. The Giants go into Denver. Wes, what do you think here?
I'm going to take the Broncos just because it's in Denver, and the Giants are still minus their primary targets for the most part. Defensively, at the Broncos frustrate Dart enough to be a close game. I'm taking the Broncos.
Yeah, I don't know that they'll cover. I think this will be a close game, but I'm going to stick with the Broncos at home. The Giants look dangerous, though, just because, again, we talked about this before, confidence and momentum goes a long way. You beat the Eagles, and man, you feel like you're on top of the world when you're the Giants right now. So it's not going to be an easy game for the Broncos, but the Broncos play their game. The defense plays well. They run the ball. Vonix doesn't, stays away from bad throws and turnovers. Then the Broncos win. So I got the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm taking the Broncos. It's a mile high. Rookie quarterback going in there. I mean, this is Bo Nix has to have a good game because he's kind of regressed.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, yeah, but taking the Broncos here.
Dude, Scattaboo and Dart might have aneurysms at that high altitude
Yeah.
because they're drinking their Red Bull and Mountain Dew. And there's a funny video I got to send you guys on that. There's this animated NFL skits. It's pretty hilarious. So, okay, we all got Denver there. Indy at the Chargers. This is for me was the hardest pick of the week because it's going into the Chargers. They're 1.5 favorite, so even the spread and Vegas says it's close. And Indy looks pretty good. They're not great, but the Chargers haven't looked particularly great. So it's a tough pick. Indy on the road's tough though, but I'm gonna go with them. I think I think the Chargers need a good loss to get them going. So I'm gonna get Indy go to 6-1 here.
Yeah, I got the Colts also. I think the Chargers have just too many injuries right now, and the Colts are well, they're running high. They're living the dream there with Indiana Danny Dimes.
Playing with house money. What do you
Yeah,
got, Wes?
taking the Colts too.
Man, it's gonna be all or nothing for us this week.
Well, we did have one. We had one so far that was a swing game.
Which one?
Dolphins.
Dolphins,
Oh,
Browns.
Wes. That's right. Wes threw the Dolphins in there. All right. Well, Commanders at Dallas.
Ugh.
I can't ever take the Cowboys. I got the Commanders here. I can't ever trust the Cowboys. So,
You know, Commanders
Commanders.
on the road, 1.5 point favorite.
Yeah, I can't bring myself. I mean, shoot, I picked against them last week. I mean, I didn't trust them against Carolina. How am I going to trust them against Washington? So I'm taking the Commanders. I don't care what their injuries are. I'm taking the Commanders.
Yeah. Well, I guess we do have another swing game here because Dallas, they just keep winning every other game or tying. So they lost last week, so they're going to win this week. But Commanders didn't look great. They need to play a lot better to win this game. And in Dallas, I just don't know if they're going to. It's Dallas. They're going to try to outscore them, and Commanders didn't score particularly well. So got a swing game here. I'm taking Dallas at home. All right, next game we got Green Bay and Arizona. At Arizona, Green Bay's a 6.5 favorite. I think Kyler Murray might be questionable. Yeah. Wes, what do you got here?
Taking the Packers. And he is questionable because of his toe, and he didn't play last game.
Right. No Harrison either.
You're down some player. Yeah, I'll just take Packers.
Yeah, 6.5. I think the Packers cover that. I think the Cards are having trouble scoring anyway, but now even if Murray plays, he's banged up. You have no Marvin Harrison. You got no James Conner. Yeah, I got the Packers to cover here.
Yeah, I got the Packers. Too many injuries for the Cards. So, even if Kyler plays, it's still not going to be enough.
Well, and they're 2-4 right now. They lose this game, they go 2-5 after starting off quickly. Of course, it was the Saints and the Panthers, but
Well, injuries.
yeah. Well, Connor was a big one for them.
Well, and then Benson got hurt right after that too.
Yeah.
So
But Connor's always solid, he's a guy that was always good stat wise and good blocker, things, did a lot of things well as a running back. All right, Atlanta at San Francisco. 2.5 point favorite, 49ers at home against Atlanta coming off a huge win, but it's on the road. San Francisco, Mac Jones. I mean, come on. Stat wise, he's stuffing it. This is a tough one, man. I haven't fully committed to this pick yet, but I'm gonna go with Atlanta. I know they're not at home, but they're coming off a good win. At some point, you're like, hey, let's get the ball to Bijan and Drake London, like last game, and I don't know that San Francisco can outscore them or stop them. So going with Atlanta.
this is where Atlanta pisses me off once again because they're on the road, it's on grass, right? So everything against what West says. But I'm going to take the Falcons here. So they got to go in to Santa Clara and show us that they're for real.
Well, they've been up and down all year. I mean, remember the Carolina game? They go out and put up a goose egg, get beat by Carolina 30-0.
I picked that one because I don't trust the Falcons.
But then they beat the Commanders and the Bills back to back. So all right. Well, Wes, what are you doing?
Well, yeah, Atlanta's playing on grass outdoors, and there's Mac Jones. So,
Wes's dream game.
why you put me in this position? Like, how am I supposed to take Mac Jones here? But I'm going to
Yeah.
because Purdy's going to come in the game in the second half and save the day. Taking the Niners.
He's limited in practice. You never know, right? He's back a little bit, but there is. I mean, you look at Mac Jones' stats, though. Man, he's putting up big numbers.
And to be fair to Mac Jones, he had Matt Patricia as an offensive coordinator one year. So that stunts your growth a lot.
And all I can hear is he was a Pro Bowler. It's like,
Oh yeah.
he was in a Pro Bowl. Yes.
Tyler Huntley was in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh yeah. I don't know that we can use that
yeah.
as the bar. But he's thrown for over 300 yards a game since he came in, which is pretty impressive. And they haven't played easy teams. They played the Jags, the Rams, and the Bucks. So who knows? I think Wes has got a good bet here. So we got another swing game. So Wes can get the two of them on us there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Monday Night Football. This is I think both these games are going to be good games. So nice change up for Monday Night Football here. You got Tampa at Detroit. Detroit's a 5.5 favorite.
Stop with the two Monday night football games. It's
I know.
ridiculous. It's like, how are you supposed to? Because it's not even like, it's staggered start. So one starts an hour before the other.
Well, this is different though because it's got an East Coast and a West Coast.
Okay.
That's what they should do. Like if you're going to do
Yeah.
two, you should always do this.
Wait till the baseball playoffs are over with. Come on.
This is a tough game.
Yeah. Because my mind is saying Bucks, my heart is saying Lions. I think the Lions bounce back. They're at home. I got the Lions winning this.
All right, Wes, what are you doing?
Lions. I think they win by 3 or 4.
So close game at home. Lions pull it out. Well, I'm going Tampa Bay. 5-1. I know they're on the road here. Detroit just didn't look great. Tampa Bay's banged up though, but man, they just keep doing it. Like other guys keep stepping up. And Wes, get ready to see Baker in a lot of commercials.
I've already seen a few. The big
Yeah,
show.
I'm gonna swing game on you guys here. I'm taking Tampa. Um, I mean, especially if you're betting, you get 5.5. So even if Detroit pulls out a close game, you still win. But I'm taking Tampa. All right, last game of the week: Houston at Seattle. Seattle at home, 3.5. Wes, what do you got?
I got Seattle just by default playing at home. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, not only that home, but Houston, rough start, play a little better, but the Titans, and then like just a shell of a Ravens team, and now you got to go into Seattle and play a Seattle team who's pretty having a pretty good year, or 4-2, but they're 1-2 at home, which is interesting. You don't see that from Seattle much. Um, too much defense from Seattle and not enough defense for the Texans. So definitely taking Seattle here.
Yeah, you got to take Seattle at home. That's kind of the rule.
Yeah, I mean you'd
Yeah.
be 1-2 this year.
Yeah, you can't really trust the Texans, so
Yeah,
we go Seahawks.
they're too up and down. All right, well there we go. Week 7 HSC podcast picks. See how we do. We got a couple swing games in there, but for the most part, if the week goes well, it goes well for all of us. So we'll see how we bounce back from the last couple weeks. And then if you're still watching, you can check out the comments. I'll have the overall records. All right. So wrap up that segment here. Join us here shortly for our weekly movie review. We'll see you in a minute.